in the heart of Alabama, racing at Talladega Super Speedway. Steve Smith picking up right where he left off, the World Center of Racing a couple of months ago. That's his teammate leading the outside line, Johnny Hamby. Smith and Hamby and their teammate Charlie Widener all in the top 5 in points. They currently lead the team standings. They could be a formidable force if they get hooked up later in this race, but right now, not quite working together just yet. Boy, oh boy. Looking awfully squirrely. Now going to get sent up top 4 wide. Banging off the wall. That's what
McRoberts gets turned.
Roberts. Oh, no. That was...
Will Kirk right in the middle of it as well.
Bonus points being paid out, but you got to make sure you have a truck to finish.
Oh, no. Kirk's getting turned again.
Everybody saves it. Everybody saved it. That's incredible.
Wow.
Can Schulte give a big enough push here to get Wally Terheimer the stage win? Or will Lehman hold strong on the bottom? It's James Lehman to take it. Oh, trouble! There's Slagle! Slagle around!
Oh, and James Lehman way down the racetrack.
Still green.
They do have a decent group formed up on the 3rd line. They could start making up some ground here.
Justin Michael's been in this position before, but he's yet to take a victory here at a super speedway.
Can they make it to the line to make it official?
Boy, it's not looking promising. Pushes everywhere. Michael, not clear. Widener fighting back. Are we going to end it in regulation, or are we going to overtime? Burkhart with a surge of momentum on the outside. Widener fighting back on the inside. Justin Michael leading it all. 1 to go.
I'm not sure Michael even wants to get clear. I think that middle lane's the place to be coming out of turn 4.
Going to be fighting from both directions. Here comes a big run from Matt Burkhart on the top side with help from James Lehman. Milfelt pushing Widener hard on the bottom, 3 wide, as many as you can fit them deep down the backstretch. Multiple drivers running out of fuel here on the
right in the back.
Who's got enough fuel to make it to the line? Another wrinkle. Widener's lagging back on the bottom. Justin Michael looking for it. Here's Haynes to the outside. Multiple drivers crashing at the line. Photo finish. I don't know.
Rob Haynes got it.
Rob Haynes ekes it out at the line. Justin Michael is a bridesmaid again here at the Super Speedways. Rob Haynes, 9/1000ths of a second.
A blind knight that uses echolocation, viewing the dark, treacherous world through sound. Trapped in a dungeon keep, endangered by combatants, where hazards lurk around every corner. Make sound to have vision, or don't and be stealthy. Avoid impaling threats throughout the dungeon to escape. Engage with other prisoners.
Rogue Knight I've been hearing about. Could you find the key and unlock my cell?
Free them to fight back with more allies.
Let's take this guy.
The Dungeon Labyrinth has many paths, and even more traps. Struggle through the darkness to find your freedom.
An empty plastic bottle would give you 50 cents. A soda can, 60 cents. A used food container, 80. Wondering why I know this? Because that's my job. I am a trash picker at my school.
Harry, the trash prince is on a roll today. And how is your trashy affair with Bella coming? She lets you kiss her with that stink?
Their words don't bother me. They don't know why I do what I do. And my secret. I edge close to my class when I hear Bella and her friend talking.
You can't be serious, Bella. You want me to break up with him for you?
I would do it myself if his poverty didn't give me the creeps.
You are unbelievable.
I come face to face with Bella's friend. She knew I heard the conversation and couldn't meet my eyes. She hands me the new phone I bought for Bella and walks away. I saved for months to buy her this phone. I walk down the empty corridor with a heavy heart, pick the phone out of the box, slip my SIM in, and switch it on. When... Harry Parker, you have passed the poverty test? You are now the heir to Parker family's billions worth of assets?
If Harry is a billionaire, why does he work as a trash picker? What is his big secret? Why did he not reveal his billionaire status to Bella? To know more, listen to the audio series Destiny Reloaded, only on Pocket FM.
Presentation.
Well, welcome in, everybody, to Turn 200's coverage of the Maximum Velocity Racing League CNC Home Designs Truck Series. It's round number 11 of the 2024 season here at the Monster Mile. And for the first time since really this entire session opened, shade is fallen over the high-banked concrete surface of Dover Motor Speedway. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Tommy Cook. I'm rocking this one solo here tonight. Matt Williamson is off enjoying some time away from the sim. Maybe he'll drop in the chat here. Who knows? But regardless, we got a good show for you here tonight. Sorry about the delay. We're on about 15 to 20 minutes later than we normally are. iRacing decided to pitch a fit here tonight for whatever reason. Regardless, we are ready to rock and roll here. Qualifying has just gotten underway, so we'll see what the happenings are here for our 29 drivers that are taken to the track here. Matt Burkhart is out on the track. So is Scott Patton, provisionally on the pole right now, of those who have started a lap. Patton finished runner-up here last season to Ashton Crowder. Crowder not in action. Patton may be the favorite heading into tonight, and boy, he just put up a whopper of a lap there at 22.73. We'll be looking for anybody to top that. And how about Rob Haynes? He goes a tenth and a half quicker, or just over a tenth quicker, rather. Rob Haynes, last week's winner, to the top of the board. Nicely done for him. While we're waiting for some more drivers to hit the track here, why don't we take a look at the point standings entering tonight's event. Not a whole lot changed from last week to this week other than the margins. The only change that happened was Justin Michael with a runner-up finish at Talladega last week, jumping 2 spots Will Kirk, with his last lap crash, fell 2 spots, so they swapped 6th and 8th respectively. But Rob Haynes with that win, and Andrew Schulte with his problems there late in the race as well, he cut that gap in half. It's now down to just a much more manageable 13 points between Haynes and Schulte here for the top spot in the point standings. We're at the point now in the season where drop races are going to come into effect, so you're going to see your margins move a little bit less and a little bit less here if you've been having some good weeks banked throughout the season thus far. So it's going to be interesting. As much as this points table really has not changed all that much in the last 3 or 4 weeks or so, it could stagnate even more here with drop races coming into effect already into the double-digit number of rounds this season. Everybody, I believe, from our top 10 in the point standings is here tonight. One notable absentee tonight will be James Lehman. He is not in action tonight. We'll go back now to, with just under 2 minutes left in qualifying, Justin Michael has vaulted to the top of the board. He bumps Rob Haynes off of provisional pole. Only one driver out on track right now, that is Matt Sisseler. I heard talk that he might have some pretty good pace here at Dover. Was about middle of the pack here in practice, but he is on the clock here for his first time lap. We'll see if he was sandbagging a bit. Look how rubbered in this track is already. There were a lot of drivers that were getting after it in practice. Will Kirk had something upwards of 85 laps in our practice session, and there are a lot of people in the 60s and 70s. Sisseler across the line, and he will move to 18th of the 20 drivers that have posted a time here, but still 1 lap to go. He is the only driver that is out on track at the current moment. Sisseler made his post-revival debut with the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series last week at Talladega. And will come and put lap number 2 up on the board, and will move himself up into the top 10 at 22.81. Respectable here for driver number 93. 30 seconds to go. Shout out to everybody that's hanging out with us already. Appreciate you hanging with us through the time delay here tonight. Shout out to Lance Ackerson, getting ready to cheer on Wally, I'm sure. Wally just outside of the top 10 here on the starting grid as well. Anybody else that's hanging out with us, let us know. Drop us a chat, and I'll be sure to shout you out here once we get this grid up and rolling in about 15 to 20 seconds here. The Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series, we ran caution-free here at Dover last season. We know we'll have 1 caution here tonight with the introduction of the stage from last season to this season. And the way this track is racing in practice, I think we're probably going to have more cautions than that here as well. Time to take a look at your starting grid. Here we go for 150 laps here tonight at Dover. It is Justin Michael with another pole here, looking for his second win of the season. Rob Haynes, last week's winner, 2 times the winner here this season on the outside of the front row. The reigning series champ, 3 times the winner, Andrew Schulte, will roll off from 3rd. Scott Patton won at Phoenix, and he is really good at the 1-mile tracks, and a podium finisher here last season at Dover as well. He rolls off 4th. Will Kirk was coming off of 2 back-to-back podiums heading into Talladega last week. He wants to get that train rolling again, rounding out your top 5 starters. Heath Smith will line up in P6. Mike Milfeld in 7th. Matt Burkhart then in 8th. Riley Tilton and Matt Sisseler round out your top 10 starters. Wally Turheimer and Brennan Gregg then on row number 6. It's Greg Mall, another short track favorite, lining up here 13th next to Johnny Hamby in P14. Row number 8 is Chris Sargent and Kerry Cleaver. Row number 9 then Ron Mitt and Chris Voiles. And row number 10 is Ryan McRoberts and John Pansilla. Matt Rodolasso and Matt Montenbolt on row number 11. It's Bill Paradise and Brad Slagle on row number 12. Michael Van, Zachary Groover, 26th and 27th. Frank Reese is back, and Kyle Kesselbach is going to round out the field here tonight in the 29th starting position. Rumble of these trucks getting ready to get it in gear and roll off of pit road, 29 strong last season here. Caution-free race, but with only 18 trucks this time. We've added another 9 to the stable here tonight. So here are the track conditions for you. Track temperature in the triple digits. Could be worse, could be better. Stage tonight will be on lap 45 at the conclusion of lap 45. And lap 150, if we finish it in regulation, will be the number everybody's chasing here. Tires the main concern tonight over fuel. Of course, 70% fuel capacity. Going to make things interesting strategy-wise. 4 extra sets of tires, no fast repairs. And the Monster Mile looking to wreak havoc here tonight. It's Justin Michael and Rob Haynes. Front 2-row lockout here for Bandit Motorsports. Justin Michael to the green flag. We're racing at Dover. Already a bit of shuffling here on the inside lane as Will Kirk did not get off to a great start. Haynes able to move down into second right off the rip. Putting the squeeze on Andrew Schulte, and Patton to third. Oh, one there down by the wall. Might have been Wally Turheimer there, I think it was. That's all caught up now. Justin Michael leading the way. Battling here for ninth, this is Matt Burkhart on the outside, Matt Sisler on the inside there in truck number 93. Switch that to laps, there we go. Bit of contact there for Burkhart, he's going the wrong direction. Greg and Maul will roll through. But now Maul on the outside of Greg. Greg versus Greg here. Greg Maul, motors on pass here. Nice work for him in the opening laps. Sarah cheering on Riley Tilton. Tilton up here in P8. And a bit of a rough start for Will Kirk, but he has regathered it after spinning the tires a bit. He is sitting P5 right now. No real challenges for position here inside of the top 10 at this given moment. But Rob Haynes keeping Justin Michael honest to kick this one off. Scott Patton under fire here from Andrew Schulte. He took that spot away in the opening couple of laps. Schulte trying to fight back, but Patton able to put some distance back between he and his teammate, the reigning series champion Andrew Schulte. And for a bit of a spin there at the end of the race last week, trying to push hard for a teammate to win. Teammates finished 1-2 with Bandit Motorsports. A lot of drivers running close, but nobody looking for position right now. This is Matt Burkhart in P12. Trying to catch up to Brendan Gregg, who's Running a bit of the diamond line here. Really good opening stretch, as now a slip up from Heath Smith is going to allow Mike Milfelt to challenge. And this is for the 6th position here. And Riley Tilton going to take advantage while Smith is off the preferred line here on the bottom. These drivers are pushing hard right out of the gate. Tilton not afraid to push hard. We've seen it time and time again. He races very, very hard. He's not gotten the finishes to show for it really this season. But a nice pass there to take 7th away from Heath Smith, who is immediately now under fire from Matt Sisseler. Smith just tracking the wrong direction here. Brush of the wall there for Tilton. Driver further back there got a much bigger piece of it. Move back up here towards the front of the field. Rob Haynes still trailing Justin Michael. And now falling back into the clutches of Scott Patton, who is approaching rapidly here. In stage break on lap 45, so we will see one caution here. No cautions last season. There were a couple of spins, especially on pit road entry. I'm sure these drivers are going to be happy to see one caution come out at least. Because this pit road entry, if you ask any driver, they'll tell you, it sucks. Battle in here between Sisseler and Tilton. That's Sisseler here in the 93 truck. Working his way up through the field here. Started 10th, is up to 8th, now challenging for 7th. Tilton fighting back hard here on the outside, pinching the 93. This is Heath Smith, who was just on the slide backwards. Hanging right with these two. For seconds, all of a sudden, Rob Haynes going the wrong direction. Here's Patton through, and now Schulte wedging the door open underneath. And Schulte will get through cleanly. So that's a 2-spot swing here for the outside pole sitter, last week's race winner, Rob Haynes. Has to watch both of his teammates and his title adversary right now, Andrew Schulte, scoot on past here early in the going, just lap 17. As Justin Michael out front, trying to check out here, about 1.9 seconds ahead of his teammate Scott Patton. Schulte. Nice pass there. Schulte had some problems here at Dover, was running decently, but I believe picked up a pit road penalty of some kind during a green flag stop. It took him out of the running, gave him a bit of a scare heading into the championship race. This was the penultimate round of last season's championship. But the battle with Ashton Crowder for that championship never materialized. Schulte was able to take his first checkered flag of the season and the championship to boot at Las Vegas. And is not letting the memory of last season conquer him at this current moment in time. Doing a nice job up here in second, trailing Justin Michael by about 2.5 seconds as we work lap number 21. Riley Tilton going the wrong direction. He has slipped back to 11th after getting the 7th position taken from him by Matt Sisseler. Sisseler now under fire from Heath Smith, trying to work his way up to Will Kirk in P6. Now this is the battle for 4th as Haynes continues to track in the wrong direction here. Milfelt will take the spot. Mike Milfelt was in a good position out of Talladega last week in the final lap to try and push his teammate Charlie Widener to the win. Things kind of get broken up there in the tri-oval. Widener has to settle for third, and not by much. But Milfelt also got a decent finish out of it and continues his top 10 points run here this season. This is going a long way towards that as well if he could keep this up. Nice P4 run for Mike Milfelt. Line migrating up the track. This is the first race here on Turn 200 at any league at Dover since the oval refresh. Many months old at this point. I'm sure a lot of these drivers, especially running official races this week, have gotten a crack at it. The line's migrating here early in the going. Just 24 laps in, and we are staying away from the bottom, even as this entire track is rubbered up. Sisler in 7th. Season race opening winner. Season opener race winner. How about that? Heath Smith. Just ahead of these two is Will Kirk in 6th. Kirk had 2 podium finishes back-to-back heading into Talladega last week. Ran out of fuel coming out of turn 4 on the final lap. Caused a lot of the drivers in the back half of the front pack to crash out. And move down 2 points, or rather 2 positions in the points standings as a result. Sisler way up the track with Heath Smith showing the nose. Great clean racing up to this point. Oh, Smith up the track there. Good recovery. That had a Dover stripe written all over it for the 93. And Smith with a slider to take it. So move Heath Smith back up to 7th. Gives Will Kirk a little bit of breathing room, but for how much longer, I'm not sure. Continue to check in time to time with your race leader, Justin Michael. 3.4 seconds up front is the gap back to Andrew Schulte in 2nd. Schulte himself is spaced out a bit from Scott Patton. Bandit Motorsports teammates running 1, 2, 3. There's Mike Milfelt about 1.8 seconds behind Scott Patton in 4th. Rob Haynes still rounds out your top 5. Here's Heath Smith making a pass on Will Kirk for 6th and will get it done. So Kirk will slip back to 7th. Heath Smith up to 6th. Matt Sisler not waiting around. He's going for it. Behind this battle, Brennan Gregg is in 9th, and Greg Mall rounds out your top 10. Riley Tilton still sitting in 11th. Matt Burkhart, Johnny Hamby, Matt Montenbolt, and Rod Mitten right now your top 15. Biggest mover of the race thus far is Matt Montenbolt, up 8 spots from where he started in 22nd. Sisler with a nose out ahead. Kirk fighting back here on the outside. Kirk able to fend him off. Nicely done. Next closest battle on the track right now is for 20th. It's between Zachary Groover and John Pansola. Pansola got up and made some noise last week at Talladega as well. Groover tried to play an alternate strategy, didn't quite work. But you gotta try. So this is now the battle for 19th. Chris Sargent is falling back into their clutches as well. Matt Burkhart has dropped the most positions in this race thus far. He's down 4 from where he started. But he's looking to get one back here with Riley Tilton, who has also started to head the wrong direction. Burkhart a little friendly with the wall there. Johnny Hamby into the mix now. He's up one spot. Started in 14th, and there was another touch of the wall. I think they both got it. Hamby unfazed going to the outside. There's Matt Montalbalt, the big mover of the race, and he's got 3 more ahead of him that he can pick off here pretty easy. He gets one in Burkhart, who's lost a spot to Johnny Hamby as well. Now Hamby fighting underneath of Tilton. Tight quarters there. Easy to wash up off these turns and pound that wall on either of the straightaways. This is a tough joint to get around, that's for sure. Makes it all that much more impressive that Justin Michael's able to do what he's doing up front. Absolutely pulling away. But in just a few laps' time, he'll have everybody right back up into the mix. Hamby underneath Tilton to try and get to 11th, and now the caution is out. John Pansola in that battle for 20th has gone around and is parked up on top of turn number 3. So, not sure if this will end up being the stage caution or not. And I don't have any direct lines of communication with race control here tonight since I'm doing the streaming and the commentating. I would assume we may have just a couple lap dash here to the stage, or they may call this the stage. Either way, we'll take a look here at what happened to John Pansola. Oh boy, that looked like the 052 of Brad Slagle, as that one was already in progress. You see Chris Sargent there. Oh, we were going 3 wide down the backstretch here. Play this one at full speed. So Slagle the 052, Sargent up top in the 66. Slagle trying to split the middle, moves down the track into Pansola. Ouch. And why don't we take one more look at this. Whoops. Bottled up there in a hurry. And that will bring out our first caution of the night, and first caution here with Max V post-revival at Dover. Couple of lappers coming into pit. Had a few drivers come down pit road, I do believe, that were not involved in that accident. Top 4 stays the same. It's Michael Schulte, Patton, and Haynes. Will Kirk to P5. Matt Sisler now to 6. Brennan Gray, Greg Mall, Matt Burkhart, and Rod Mitten now the top 10. Moves Charlie Widener up to the top position for the hard charger of the race. He is in 11th, up 12 spots. Of course, if you're trying to keep track, running in 4th at the time of the caution, Mike Milfeld Jr. came down pit road there, so he has dropped all the way down to 20th. Matt Rodolasso also down pit road this time. Multiple other drivers Frank Reese, Matt Rodolasso, Bill Paradise, Chris Voiles, Kerry Cleaver, Ryan McRoberts, and of course John Pansola and Brad Slegel both came down pit road as well. So this should, in theory, set up for a quick dash to the finish here for stage, or for the stage, I guess. I keep wanting to say stage 1. It's just the stage. Believe lights are off on the pace truck. We're doubling up regardless. So it'll be a 3-lap dash here to the end of the stage for Justin Michael to try and fend off Schulte and Patton. To the restart zone we go. Driver spinning the tires there. Not the cleanest start. That looked like Ron Mitten with some problems. And Chris Voiles has gone around. We're still green. Patton to second. Nearly contact there with Schulte as they jostle for position. Oh, Heath Smith has had a problem. We're still green. 2 to go till the stage end. Schulte fighting back, looking for a way around. There's Smith ahead of the leaders. This will be the white flag for the stage. Not the cleanest restart for the field here on older tires. Regardless, class of the field thus far has been Justin Michael, and he will take the stage. Heath Smith going to dodge one bullet here and stay on the lead lap. What has happened on this restart? I'm showing a crash for Heath Smith and for Chris Voiles. So as the field gets behind the pace truck here, we'll take a look at what happened to Chris Voiles. That's Voiles there in the Haviline 28. Slows up. Ryan McRoberts does not. So there's one. And Heath Smith already at the same time going around here. We'll go ahead and rewind this and see what we could see. Oh, and I had mentioned that was Rod Mitten that got into the wall. So Smith trying to take an evasive maneuver here to get around that. A lot of checking up there. That's Riley Tilton making contact with Charlie Widener. Smith tagged by Mitten. Boy, it's not many places you can crash here at Dover where you don't hit either the inside or the outside wall. So that is a stroke of luck here for Heath Smith. Graciously waiting for all the traffic to pass. And we'll get it back rolling. So he might be okay, but he has definitely lost some valuable track position. As now the rest of the leaders are down and off of pit road. That is going to shake things up strategy-wise here. Michael wins the race of those who came down pit road. Scott Patton, Rob Haynes, Mike Milfelt, and Matt Sisseler. But Matt Montembault is currently at the head of the line here and does not come down pit road. Neither will Johnny Hamby or somehow Heath Smith, who just mistreated those tires, to say the least. Wally Turheimer also stays out, so that puts Justin Michael now in 5th for this restart. Seemingly on somewhat fresher tires than those in front of him. And actually, Wally Turheimer did pit this time, but on an alternate strategy of those drivers. So the top 3 have stayed out here. They were all in under the last caution, Montembault, Hamby, and Smith. Some upcoming events here on Turn 200 Sunday afternoon. The Sunday Top Split Strength of Field broadcast for the Mission R Challenge from Road America. Some big road course racing here with the electric car on iRacing. It'll be right here at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Wednesday night, the ASRL Sports Car Championship will be in action at the Indy Moto track. Indianapolis Motor Speedway bike circuit. Indy Bike, lovingly referred to as. I will not be here for that race. Matt Williamson will be, so we're essentially just trading off solo dates here because I'm the only one covering Sunday as well. Matt will get Wednesday night because I'll be off with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars at Jacksonville Speedway. Then we'll reconvene here next week, next Thursday, for our race at Kansas Speedway. And that'll be a blast to get these drivers back up at Kansas and rocking and rolling again on the 1.5 miles. Feels like it's been a while. A lot of short tracks with the super speedway in the middle of them. And it's been an interesting few weeks, to say the least, here with the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series. So again, that's Road America with Mission R Challenge on Sunday. Wednesday, Indy Bike with ASRL Sports Car Championship. And next Thursday, around 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, back to our scheduled time. It'll be at Kansas Speedway with Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series. This will be an interesting restart. 7-lap tire life differential with some caution laps sprinkled in there as well. Matt Montembault, Johnny Hamby, Heath Smith. Top 3 have stayed out. Wally Turheimer on 2 tires in 4th. And then Justin Michael, the dominator of this race, restarting next to Scott Patton all the way back on row number 3. Backing away. Montembault uncontested up front. Smith trying to hang on to 3rd. Wally Turheimer now on the outside of Justin Michael. And Michael will take the 4th position away and gets a bump from Scott Patton. Can Michael hang on to it? Yes, he will, but he loses at least 2 spots here. That was incredible. What a save. Those teammates in particular race very hard. I'm sure that was not intentional by Scott Patton. But that's not going to matter to Justin Michael. He is fired up now. Brennan Gregg working to the outside of Patton here. This is only for 5th. Montembault still leading. Johnny Hamby and Heath Smith now hot on his trail. Wally Turheimer. How about Wally up here in P4? Patton and Gregg still fighting side by side here. Justin Michael zeroing in on the back bumper of his teammate, the 46, Scott Patton. And Patton lets up a bit. Now underneath Justin Michael once again. Gives up the fight on Brendan Gregg to get into the top 5. Now goes to defense here against his teammate. Behind them, that's Rob Haynes trying to fend off Riley Tilton. And Will for the time being. Tilton running in 10th. That's Andrew Schulte back in 11th. Wally Turheimer has slipped back into the mix here. It's Turheimer just ahead of Brennan Gregg. Turheimer off the wall a bit, but the door is still open for Gregg to try and slip through. There you see the leader. It's still Matt Montalban in truck number 21. And he is up 21 positions from where he started this race. They've gotten to the front by pit strategy, but he was moving and shaking through this field even before the stage caution flew. Turheimer dispatched of now by Patton and by Gregg. And here comes Justin Michael underneath to try and take advantage as well, as Turheimer started to slip back here on 2 tires. Wally doing a nice job on an alternate strategy here. Oh, brushes the wall there down the backstretch as Justin Michael gets through. And Wally now trapped up on the top side here. Going to be in a bit of a conveyor belt situation here until he can get back down to the bottom of the track. But may slip out of the top 10 here. That was Rob Haynes. You saw dart there all the way down to the inside of the backstretch. Usually when that happens, somebody's going around. Haynes just looking to get around still Riley Tilton and Wally Turheimer. Montalban is up in the top 10 in the point standings earlier this season. Even as recently as 2 or 3 weeks ago, was in the top 10 in the point standings. Had some nice runs and some nice runs that didn't get to finish nice. This has got to feel awfully good for the Canadian up front. Whoa, that's a big shot there. That was Will Kirk. All sorts of out of shape. Now Wally going to be up top 3 wide. Oh boy, that was a hard shot there for Wally. Those are the kind that change the balance of your truck for the rest of the race. Wally's going to be in trouble here until he can get back to pit road. Well, now things have gotten interesting. There is Heath Smith disposed of by Gregg and by Patton. Justin Michael hanging back a bit here. He's got 3/4 of a second to get up to Heath Smith. That's just to get back into the top 5. Hamby now on defense against Brennan Gregg, a multi-time podium finisher here this season. Still looking for that first win in his part-time career here with Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series, but has done a nice job here thus far this season. Gregg looking underneath here. Scott Patton's got a great view of this, and boy, got a great view of the Gibson 70 truck backing right into the front grille. So Gregg gets through. Now Patton will get through here as well. Whew. So Hamby moving back. Johnny Hamby in P4, Heath Smith in P5. Everybody kissing the wall there. Still a net gain here on this pit strategy, though, not only for Johnny Hamby, but also for Matt Montalban. For Montalban, a pretty big net gain as well. It was just outside of the top 10. As, ooh, that was Hamby, I think, that just got up into the wall once again. Allowed Justin Michael and Heath Smith to get through. And here's Riley Tilton now on the scene to challenge for the 6th position. Michael looking underneath of Heath Smith now. There's a move. Justin Michael back up to P4. Oh, that was Brendan Gray, I think, that just tagged the wall. That slip up is going to allow Scott Patton to go on the attack here. Some lap traffic there. That was Kyle Kesselbach. Oh boy, he just pounded the wall as well. And that got Heath Smith upset. They're 3 wide then. Oh, and that's going to be a huge problem. Oh no, we're going to save that? No way. It's not done yet. This is a mess. I can't believe nobody spun out there. Still 3 wide. That was insane. Haynes down into the black there, underneath the concrete. Ay. Meanwhile, while all that was happening, Scott Patton gets through finally on Brendan Gregg to move up to 2nd. Here is Justin Michael like a house on fire. And nothing standing between Scott Patton and Matt Montalbot for the top spot. Broaching halfway in this race. Everybody's been on pit road either on lap 39 or lap 46. 70% fuel capacity. See how these tires are feeling, especially with how hard these drivers are all pushing, all fighting here for a crack at the win at Dover. The walls are closing in on Matt Montalbot. Oh, trouble! Riley Tilton has gone around. Matt Burkhardt is involved as well. And just like that, caution is out here for the 3rd time. They were battling, I believe, inside the top 10. We're going to back this up and get a little bit better look at it. Tilton there on the outside. Maybe a Scotia netcode there. Burkhardt was moving up the track, though, regardless. That's not day-ending, but certainly frustrating for both of those drivers. Both been yo-yoing through the pack here. So here we go. Down a pit road we go. Justin Michael there in the first box. Will he win the race off pit road here? Will it be Scott Patton? Oh, I think it's Patton. Patton got him. Matt Montalbot drops 2 spots to 3rd. But they are not the leaders. It is Bill Paradise who has stayed out to lead a lap here. He came in after the stage caution on lap 46, came back in and topped off. And now, after leading the lap, gets his bonus points, will come in and get some fuel now. And some 4 fresh Dr. Feelgoods as well. Can't hurt around Dover. So that gives control of the field now for the first time here today to Scott Patton. Don't think Justin Michaels forgot about what happened on that last restart, whether it was an accident or not. These two have been racing each other hard the last couple of non-super speedway races. And that was the first time we've seen a bumper laid to a teammate here in Bandit Motorsports this season. Incredible job by Justin Michael to save it, but that has cost him the lead. The lead that Patton now currently has. Thanks to Whiplash SimCams for coming on board here for this race. Also just signed Whiplash SimCams to a deal here for the sim camera rights to the Venom Truck Series and the Daredevil Series for their upcoming seasons here starting in June and July. Really enjoy what Andrew and everybody over at Whiplash do. Giving us some great sim cameras. That is, I believe, Kerry Cleaver. That just rocketed by to get a lap back. Fisheye camera. Double up for the restart here. It'll be Scott Patton. With control, Justin Michael then on the front row. We're backing away, and oh no, that's Matt Montalban, and that's going to be a big problem. Big problem here. That is, that's a lot of drivers. Right back under caution, and we know exactly where to look here this time. That was ugly in a hurry. Spin of the tires, that's Brennan Gregg, Rob Haynes, Sisler, Johnny Hamby with a big shot there. Wally Turheimer, oh boy, Charlie Widener, Brad Slagle, Bill Paradise, Ryan McRoberts going to pile on. Wow! Paradise with a full flip there. Goodness gracious. That is what we call here on Turn 200, bowling shoe ugly. That was bad. Goodness gracious. Matt Williamson is a miracle worker. The fact that he racks these up so quick. Let's go on board and see how quickly this happens with Bill Paradise, and he's going to get one hell of a ride here for his efforts. As soon as he sees it, he's on the brakes, but that's... wow. I did not think we'd see a flip here at Dover today, but I guess neither did Joey Logano in 2009. Well, I think this drone cam means that, unfortunately, the night is over for Matt Montalban, who just spent a good chunk of this race at the front of the field. That is rather unfortunate. Well, I'll tell you this much as well. Matt Montalban not going to be the only one out of the race after that. That was a huge pile up there. That was ugly. So Patton and Michael, some of their competition has just been cleared out. Go ahead and just roll through the field here. That's Mike Milfelt in third. Well, Kirk is here in the 4th position. There is Rod Mitten now in the top 5. His teammate Matt Rodolasso, I haven't mentioned him yet tonight. He's up in 6th position, 15 spots ahead of where he started. Wally Turheimer, after playing the pit strategy, I'd say that was a net gain for him. He will come out in 7th. Greg Mall then in P8, Riley Tilton in 9th, and Heath Smith has been in the thick of a lot of things here tonight, but he is still in the top 10, hanging strong. Here's Zachary Groover now in 11th. Kerry Cleaver is in the 12th position. That's John Pansilla above him, 1 lap down. Frank Reese is hanging tough here in P13 after a pretty tough early exit out of Talladega last week. Bill Paradise somehow still rolling after the full 360 flip. He's in 14th. Matt Sisler was in the thick of that crash. He's in 15th. Chris Surgeon in 16th. Ryan McRoberts, I'm sure, a lot of damage on the 23. He's in 17th, and Matt Burkhart just now coming out of the pits in 18th. Other drivers on pit road, Rob Haynes, Johnny Hamby, Andrew Schulte in 21st, Brad Schlegel, Charlie Widener. All on pit road. Uh-oh. Not sure what happened there. But, oh well. I was afraid it just crashed on me. Thankfully it didn't. We're still live. Still rolling here at Dover. Under the caution. Waiting for this battle to kick into gear here between Patton and Michael. We're double up here, coming to this restart. Mike Milfelt in Will Kirk on row 2. Teammates Rod Mitten and Matt Rodolasso then on the 3rd row. Restarting is a tricky game here. See if we can do it this time. Field trundling out of turn number 4. And back to life. Good getaway, not a good start there for Justin Michael. Goes back to 3rd. Mike Milfeld up to 2nd. Turheimer and Tilton battling side by side there, just inside the top 10. That's for 8th. Everybody else single file. Now the battle's between Greg Mall and Matt Rodolasso. It's Mall there on the bottom. In 7th, Rodolasso fighting up top here in the unmarked 49. Take that spot there, 6. Tilton set to go to work. Maybe Will Kirk is as well. Nick is up to 4th. He's up 13 spots from where he kicked this one off. There you see Tilton underneath of Rodolasso behind. Side by side. Kirk up to 4th. Oh, big shot there. Rodolasso into the wall. Here's Heath Smith. I think if we had a driver of the day vote, Heath Smith may get this point for everything he's been involved in thus far. Still kicking around in the top 10 here. Justin Michael still riding back here in third. Not going to be overly happy about losing the lead, because once he lost it, he has yet to get it back. Rodolasso and Smith still battling. Smith has the spot in 8th and trying to pull away. But Zachary Groover up here in P10 doing a nice job. Kirk and Mitten are pulling up here on Justin Michael. That'll be for a spot on the podium. Kirk's not been a stranger to the podium of late. There, the advantage for Scott Patton continuing to grow. It's right around 2 seconds as Mike Milfelt and Justin Michael here, trying to keep away from Will Kirk. They've done a nice job the last couple of laps growing that advantage, but Michael wants to get at least back up to second, if not track down Scott Patton here over the course of a long run. And Michael will make that dive and will take second with ease here. But Mike Milfelt back to third. Justin Michael, even with battling there with Mike Milfelt, he's the fastest driver on track right now. The only driver to run 22 last time by. Gap is shrinking up to Scott Patton. We'll keep our eyes on that. In the meantime, Heath Smith and Riley Tilton here still duking it out for 7th. Tilton has it. Smith wants it. Zach Groover trying to get up to 9th behind them. Battling with Matt Rodolasso. Oh boy, that is a huge shot there for Tilton. That's mega damage. Groover and Sisler now going to move through on Rodolasso, move him back to 11th. Groover to 9th. He's the big mover of the race right now, up to 18 positions, doing a great job. And may have one more, as Riley Tilton continues to hit the wall here with a lot of damage on that truck. Gap is shrinking up to Scott Patton, 3/4 of a second now, and shrinking. Justin Michael, we've been waiting to see this battle since Patton laid the bumper to him. Justin's been very good here at Dover. Didn't see him with Max V last season. They elected not to race this event. And just his second race in Truck 200. Well, it seems like forever ago now. Justin Michael absolutely dominated that race. And this gap is shrinking quickly. Matt Sisler's gotten around Zachary Groover as they approach Riley Tilton there. So Groover back to 10th, Sisler up to 9th, Tilton still hanging at 8th. But here is the battle for the lead. Justin Michael Scott Patton trying to squeeze him down there. But runs up the track, and it may be all but settled there. Justin Michael to the point. Come to put lap number 100 in the books. It'll be 50 to go at the line, and there may be no looking back now for Justin Michael, as long as this thing stays clean and green. So maybe I hit the panic button a bit on Justin Michael. Obviously, he did. Took his time, picked him off little by little. Michael back to the point. Scott Patton in second, Mike Milfeld in third. It's Will Kirk and Greg Mall right now, the top five. Rod Mitten in sixth. Heath Smith, Matt Sisler, Zachary Groover, and now Riley Tilton has slipped down to 10th. Matt Rodolasso a ways behind him in 11th. Wally Turheimer still plugging away here in 12th. How about Kerry Cleaver? Give a call to him in P13. Johnny Hamby and Frank Reese, the top 15. This is the grouping here for 5th. Mall, Mitten, and Smith. 5th, 6th, 7th. Smith going for it. Trying to move forward. Scott Patton has slipped back into the clutches here of Mike Milfeld. It's for the 155 to try and move up to second here. Surgeon just came down pit road. Field was last on pit road either on lap 73 or 78, depending on whether or not they were involved in that large restart accident. Patton able to fend off Mike Milfeld for the time being. Matt Sisler up here in 8th. Trying to catch up to Rod Mitten. Take a look back here at Greg Mall and Heath Smith as well. Mall fading from Will Kirk. Got some takers down pit road. Here is Heath Smith. Chris Surgeon ahead of him back down pit road. So some problems here for the 66. But Smith from inside the top 10 making the move. Once they make this stop, they should be good to the end. Wait to see if we have any more takers here in the next few laps. Sisler got through on Rod Mitten there. That's to move up to 6th, and Mitten scrapes the wall on his way by. Turheimer trying to reel in Riley Tilton as here comes Scott Patton to pit road, locking him up. Now I've got no way of telling if people get black flags or not. Normally I do. That's with a different software that I can't use while I'm running our race streaming software. This is a tough pit road to get in and out of, excuse me. Easy to make a mistake, lock it up, tag the water barrels there on the pit road entry, or just tag the wall in general, or just completely blow past pit road entry. Justin Michael's been getting along pretty nicely since he got past Scott Patton, but you gotta respect the undercut here. When will Justin Michael answer and move to pit road, as Patton was in second? Wally Turheimer and Johnny Hamby have been on and off pit road. There is Scott Patton. He's now a lap down. Kerry Cleaver to pit this time from just inside the top 10, and here comes Justin Michael. Locks him up. Looks like a pretty safe entry there. The question is, how much time is he going to lose? Will Kirk coming in behind, and oh boy, that one's going to be a little bit closer. Full lockup there. Did woe it down pretty slow. It takes the average time of the first sector there. So we'll see if Will Kirk, or anybody else for that matter, comes back down pit road here. Mike Milfelt, now the leader, will come down pit road, gives the top spot to Greg Mall. Matt Sisseler now in as well. Frank Reese has been down pit road. And here comes Justin Michael. We're going to see where he'll cycle out in comparison to Scott Patton. There's Schultz. And here comes Patton. Michael with the fresher tires, mind you, but under fire here from Scott Patton. Patton not wasting any time, and boy, I don't think there was contact there, but that was awfully close. That would be the second time this race that Patton puts the bumper to Justin Michael. And he's not letting up here. Greg Mall down pit road from the lead. Gives the top spot to Rod Minton. Look at that! 3 wide band of motorsports. Schultz a lap down, dirt tracking it. As Patton going for what will be the race win. Michael cuts him off. Incredible stuff here. Ryan McRoberts down pit road. Oh, Patton pushing hard and pushes into the wall. That was a crazy sequence there. Michael still lap down here as Mitten, Gruber, Radulasso, and Tilton have yet to come down pit road. Flanky saying J in the chat. Very insightful, thank you. I agree. A J to you as well. So Michael trying to get away as quickly as possible. This is your race leader, the 92 of Rod Minton. He and Zachary Groover, as well as Tilton and Radulasso, have yet to come down pit road. But Rod Minton's got quite a few drivers trapped a lap down right now, that's for sure. All but the top 4. Only 3 drivers finished on the lead lap here in last season's race. Just want to point that out. We're on pace to do better than that. But by how much is yet to be determined. Mitten continues to bypass pit road. There's Patton into the wall again. Bill Paradise is down pit road here. Where's the other what? I feel like this is a trap I'm walking into here. This is for the lead. Zachary Groover going for it. Led some laps through pit strategy last week at Talladega as well. He's been picking his way through the top 10 here throughout this entire run, and now will take the top spot away from Mitten. Good stuff here by driver 40. Mitten not done fighting. And may have been trying to slow down to get to pit road there, but completely blew past it, and that's going to screw up Mike Milfeld behind him. Now Radulosso's down pit road. So that leaves just the top 3 and Andrew Schulte, who's going to come down pit road this time as well. Here comes Zachary Groover. Oh, the other one, Matt. Yeah, he is off enjoying himself somewhere in the woods in Tennessee. So there come the top 2. Riley Tilton in as well, so this will give control of the field back to Justin Michael. Congrats to Flinky Roberts, by the way, for joining Superkick Revival Racing this week, ahead of Season 8 of the Venom Truck Series. They'll be back in action here before you know it, starting in June. So it's Michael with a 1.1 second advantage over Scott Patton. Heath Smith is in third, but he's under fire here from Mike Milfeld. Milfeld will take it with ease here, as Smith was one of the first drivers down pit road on much older tires here. In fact, 6-lap older tires for Smith in comparison. Will Kirk right now rounds out your top 5. It's Greg Mull in 6th, Matt Sisseler in 7th, Rob Haynes in P8, Wally Turheimer and Kerry Cleaver right now in the top 10. Go ahead and super kick Matt. Not going to bother me any. He needs a swift kick sometimes. He respects you enough, he'll take it. Bat with a sizable gap here back to Mike Milfeld. It's almost 6 seconds. Smith right now. It's Rod Mitten and Andrew Schulte. They're both on fresher tires. They're going to blow right on past. Rob Haynes is down pit road from P9. "20 laps to go. It's all Justin Michael up front." Started that way, and oh boy, that's a big problem there. That was Johnny Hamby getting turned into the outside wall by Matt Radulazzo. He stayed green. That was no good. Matt Radulazzo going to go back to the pits by way of the toe, so he's going to call it a race. Get a look here at what has happened, how that one got started. Again, still under green here. Oh boy, trying to thread the needle up top there. Hamby top 5 in points. This will be a blow to that effort here. Great question. One of the great philosophical quandaries of our time. Why'd the truck turn right though? So that Scott Patton had a comfortable gap back to Mike Milfeld, but that gap is shrinking. It's shrunk about 2 seconds here in the last 5 laps or so. Time is running out for Milfeld to try and get himself the silver. Will Kirk on defense here from Greg Mall. Try and hang on to a spot inside the top 5. About the best battle we got inside the top 5 right now, or rather the top 15, really. 12 trucks on the lead lap. Looks like Scott Patton may have just had some kind of a problem. Maybe had to roll out of the throttle. The lead just ballooned up to 6 seconds. Mike Milfeld is now within 2 seconds. So Patton dropping here pretty quick. Back to Kirk and Mall here for 5th. Riley Tilton just got around Kerry Cleaver, who may have also just had a problem, but that puts Tilton back in the top 10. Groover catching up to Cleaver now. It's a challenge for 11th. Coming to 10 laps to go. Groover on much fresher tires here. Should be an easy pass. And indeed it is. Kickpot cam here with Mike Milfeld as he continues to try and track down Scott Patton. There he is, 1.1 seconds ahead. And as Greg Mall was not able to take advantage of Will Kirk, maybe Matt Sisseler can. Sisseler on the move here, but can't complete the pass. So now all of a sudden it's a 3-way dance for 5th. Kirk ahead of Mall and Matt Sisseler. Here goes the 93 underneath of Mall. That's the gap for Milfeld right now, half a second. It's closing quickly here. Sisseler continuing to try and work over Greg Mall for 6th. Inside of 10 laps to go. It's all Justin Michael out front. He just wants to see that yellow flag put away. Don't you dare throw it here in the closing laps. Michael hoping to be en route to his 2nd victory of the season. Sisseler finally able to get up to 6th. This is the battle for 2nd now. With 5 laps to go. It's definitely past your bedtime, yep. We'll catch you in the next one, partner. Thanks for coming out. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the race here tonight at Dover. Just 4 laps to go. Patton now starting to pull back away here. Maybe he was preparing for Mike Milfeld, saving a little bit. Meanwhile, Sisler working on Kirk here to move into the top 5. Chris Surgeon back down pit road. He's having a tough night. But the night for everybody, regardless of whether it's going good or going bad, is almost over. Illinois green is waving for Justin Michael. 2 laps to go. White flag, a welcome sight here for Justin Michael. Scott Patton with just a couple corners left to go to hang on to second. But Justin Michael, the dominator of the early portion and the dominator of the later portion as well, Justin Michael is going to take his second win of the season, and he does it at Dover. Nicely done for the 87, nicely done for Scott Patton in second, and Mike Milfelt on the podium here. 155 will take P3. What a day for Heath Smith. As wild as they come. He will finish in 4th. Well, Kirk hangs on to 5th. There's Sisler, Mall, Mitten, Tilton, and Groover, the top 10. Schulte doing some donuts on pit road too. Why not? Justin Michael joins Andrew Schulte and Rob Haynes as the multi-time winners here this season. It is the 5th post-revival victory for Justin Michael here in Max V. And there goes the TRD power plant. And here we go to the full finishing rundown after 150 laps here tonight at Dover Motor Speedway. The win to Justin Michael, second to Scott Patton, third to Mike Milfelt. Hopefully we'll talk to all 3 of these gentlemen momentarily. 4th place for Heath Smith, 5th for Will Kirk. Matt Sisler then in P6. Greg Mall in 7th, Ron Mitten in 8th. Then it is Riley Tilton in 9th. Zachary Groover then will round up the top 10. Nice run for him tonight. Wally Terheimer will come up in P11. Kerry Cleaver in 12th. Andrew Schulte, a tough night for the points leader in 13th. Frank Reese in 14th. Ryan McRoberts will round out your top 15. Rob Haynes, tough night for him as well, down in 16th. Johnny Hamby, P17. Bill Paradise in 18th. John Pansola in the 19th position. 20th for Brad Slagle. 21st for Charlie Widener. 22nd for Chris Surgeon. 23rd for Matt Ronalazzo, I believe, a DNF for him. DNF for Michael Van in 24th. Kyle Kesselbach in 25th, rather. Matt Burkhart in 26th. Brennan Gregg, a disappointing 27th place finish for him. He was in the podium positions all night. Matt Monsenbald's going to finish second to last here tonight in 28th after leading quite a few laps there in the middle of the portion of this race. Chris Voiles, 29th place DNF for him tonight as well. Wild night here at Dover, but an exciting podium, and excited to talk to a couple of our drivers here. And we'll kick things off with the 3rd place finisher thank that is the one and only Mr. Mike Milfelt back at booth 200 here. Welcome back to the booth, and congrats on getting back to the podium here tonight.
Thanks, sir.
Well, Dover's a fickle mistress, I think it's fair to say. But you seem to have a pretty good hold on everything here tonight. How was it?
I like this track. I like the longer runs, though. I'm not really good on a short run. I thought I could get Scott Patton. I passed him, I think, on the second to last run, and then he short pitted on me. And I thought I could catch him, but by the time I got him, my tires were toast. They were done. So good job to Scott.
How do you keep a set of tires under you here? Because I certainly don't know how to do it.
Oh, I don't know. My theory, my theory is, just kind of do half, 3/4 throttle through the corner, and then once you get it straight on exit, you can punch it full throttle. But it really burns off the right front if you get to full throttle too soon.
Well, regardless, it was an awesome job here tonight. Great to get you back up on the podium as well on a night where it seemed like a lot of the drivers in the top 5 in points struggled a lot. So, great result for you here tonight. Anybody you want to shout out or say hi to?
Thank you, Tommy. I would thank Matt, but, he's a no-show tonight.
Yeah, he's a bum.
Thanks to the league, what is it, CNC Home Designs. Mm-hmm. Thanks to my teammates, Charlie, Heath, and Johnny. Heath had a pretty good night, too. Johnny and Charlie kind of had some bad luck tonight, so hopefully next week we'll get them back up there.
Sounds like a plan, partner. Keep up the good work here. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks. See you.
And welcome in Scott Patton now, second place finisher. Pretty exciting stuff here from you tonight all around. Congrats on the podium.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. That was a fun race from start to finish for sure. Tough battle, but ultimately I had nothing for Justin. So fast truck for sure wins tonight. I
was going to say, you were trailing Justin there for quite a bit. You kind of made some contact with him there, it looked like, on one of those restarts, and saw a little bit of time up front. Were you thinking maybe there as the leader that you had a chance?
Yeah, exactly. For maybe a half a lap or so, I thought maybe the light beam shone through of maybe there's a shot, but Justin just showed me once again that he's a lot better at these tracks than I am. So, yeah, that contact we were just talking about that in the green room down there, but certainly unintentional. But I was just noting how much different he was kind of driving it. Obviously way faster than anybody else in the field all night, but I think because of that, our entry was different enough, and that was combined with the fact that that was the first time all night that I was really that close to him. I just kind of rolled in there, but hats off to him for wheeling the hell out of it and saving that thing sideways. So I was looking at his door number in the middle of the corner, so hats off to him for sure.
That's just two racers racing hard, no doubt about it. But also there in the closing laps, you had about, I think, like a 5-second advantage back to Mike Milfelt. All of a sudden, that advantage is gone. But you do a nice job there, keeping them to about 4/10, half a second there in the closing laps. That would be a bit nerve-wracking watching that one close up.
Yeah, that was. He came on my relative. I think it was about 15 laps to go, maybe 20. And like I said, it's about 4 seconds back. I started running some math. I knew he was more than likely on fresher tires because he was closing the gap. And I knew it was probably going to be within 5 or 6 laps that he was going to get me at the end there. And I think he may have just gotten inside of his own head, and I saw him get tied a couple times off 4 as he got close to me within that 4 or 5 tenths, and that bought me another tenth or 2 and ultimately another lap. And that's kind of what we were able to minimize our mistakes and just kind of roll to the finish. But yeah, hats off to Mike too for a great run there.
Well, great job here tonight. It seemed like quite a few of the drivers in the top 10 in points seemed to struggle here tonight and got caught up in that huge accident there on that restart. So there are going to be some drivers that benefit in the point standings. I'm sure you're going to be one of them here with a nice second-place finish. So hats off to you. Anybody you want to shout out or say hi to?
Sure. Why not the New England Racing Museum up there on the hood here? We just started our season last week. We had a little luncheon for the people, and yeah, we have a car show next week, I think, May 4th up there at the Speedway Museum. And yeah, Stone River Outfitters, why not? On the quarter panels there. And always Turn 200, you guys do freaking awesome work up there. So I appreciate everything you guys do and the time that you put into this for the Maximum Velocity Racing League. So appreciate it, guys.
All right, thank you very much, partner. Go celebrate the P2. We'll talk to you again here soon.
All right, sounds good. Catch you.
Time to talk to your race winner here for the second time in 3 weeks. Justin Michael is a winner once again with the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series. Welcome back to Victory Lane, and what a performance.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I really like this track. I don't know why, just concrete tracks I really like for some reason. Nashville as well, so we definitely we ran pretty good tonight. Had a good, really long run truck too, so we're happy with that.
You bookended the night with dominant performances, but it seemed like things fell off a bit there in the middle. I was definitely a little bit worried with some drivers playing some pit strategy, Scott Patton playing some bumper strategy there as well. Things got pretty interesting there in the middle portion.
Yeah, I told Scott, who needs enemies when you got teammates, right? And I'm just kidding. I know he didn't mean to do it, but no, that we were saving fuel. So the top 4 or 5 guys, we knew they couldn't make it. They didn't pit. So we were saving a little fuel there. If it would have been green the whole way, it would only been a one more stop for us, where those top guys would have had to pit twice. So that's why we just kind of hung back, just saved everything, and hoping it would go green, but unfortunately it didn't. So, but no, once we got going where we could just go wing it, sling it every lap, we got back out front and was able to pull back away.
I mean, we've seen you time and time again here on the channel, just rocking and rolling here at Dover. I mean, every driver has their track that they're particularly drawn to, but what is it about Dover in particular that just that gets your goat?
I don't know. I hopped in a race this leg. Actually, it was their very last race years ago, and we were racing with a couple of the guys that are now in the Pro Series, and one guy who actually finished second in the Coke Series. I put them like half a lap down here, and something just clicked that weekend, and it never went away. I take a completely different line than everybody else. I was following Scott, following Mike, and all them, and my line's completely different than theirs, and I think that has a lot to do with it. I don't know if it saves tires as much, but it's definitely a lot faster.
Well, it seemed pretty fast here tonight. You're able to pull away anytime you got clean air up front, and that's what we expect from you here at Dover as well. So congrats to you on another win here, rocking and rolling of late, 2 of the last 3. Anybody you want to shout out or say hi to here from the top step?
Yeah, just you for calling a great race as always. We're going to go back and probably watch some of it, and James for putting on the leg even though he wasn't here. That's an inside joke, but Scott from Patented Paints for painting the truck. We always appreciate him, and all the guys from Bandit, good group of guys, and we usually don't hit each other, but tonight was an exception. So, but we always appreciate those guys. So we'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll be back up here again.
I mean, when you get 2 of the hardest racers racing hard up front, it's bound to happen a time or two this season. I'm sure it won't be the last time either. So glad that we can all laugh it off this time. We'll see if that happens down the stretch once again. But regardless, nice job up front here tonight, and we'll talk to you again here soon.
Thanks, man. We'll see you next week.
Alrighty, folks, it is definitely, as in the words of Flinky Roberts, past my bedtime, as we started a little bit later here tonight with a little bit of delay for my racing. Regardless, nice job tonight to Justin Michael, and thank you to everybody that was hanging out with us here tonight as well. Lance Ackerson was in here bright and early, Sarah R., Marilyn Beck, as well as Flinky Roberts, and Shelly Mall as well, hopping in the chat here saying congratulations to your race winner here tonight with Justin Michael. We'll be back in action here on Turn 200 on Sunday afternoon, the Sunday Top Split Strength of Field broadcast for the Mission Art Challenge from Road America, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Matt will be here solo on Wednesday night as I'll be off of the World of Outlaws. Matt will be at the ASRL Sports Car Championship event at Indy Bike. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway Moto layouts in the infield is where ASRL will be having their 2 races on Wednesday night. And then we'll be back here next Thursday with the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series from Kansas Speedway. And that will be the time that the crew is all reunited once again. We'll be back together here with Matt back and myself back on Thursday night for some more great truck racing action here that we get every Thursday night, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you to everybody that comes out and supports the drivers of the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series. Thank you to CNC Home Designs as well. Give Kerry Cleaver a call if you're looking for the home of your dreams located out of Central Florida. Whether it is a modern farmhouse or the modern house, Kerry's got you covered. So give CNC Home Designs a ring. Thank you to them for sponsoring the Maximum Velocity Racing League's Truck Series. And, thank you to everybody with Max V as well. Thank you to the GOAT, the one and only Mr. Matt Williamson, and join tomorrow in our time. And that's all we got for you here tonight. Until we meet again, from Dover Motor Speedway, I'm Tommy Cook saying so long, and congratulations to Justin Michael taking his second victory of the season here in 2024. This has been a live broadcast on Turn 200. Be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of when we go live next. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.